Mr. Bismarck, grab them, I can get busy.
Can I kick it?
Yes, can.
You know that I can do it with the mic in my hand. You remember that? Oh, want you? Yo, that is fat. Tick tock, tock, a dick tock, a do the die. No matter what I say, it always come on fly. The ladies in here, they're like fruit in a cup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Yo, Dougie Fresh, my dollar, my man. Yo, get on the mic and do the best you can. Oh, yeah. Say what? Oh, say what? Jamming and cramming the body, people on the dance floor. Now I can see what GMC was called for. Shaking and breaking, no mistaking the identity. You know the man with the plan and the remedy. Slow it down with rhythm. Sexism, magnetism, wisdom. Flow like water, my faithful supporters. Grab the tapes, hit start to record. Check the flavor of the rhythm I wrote. While I got a chance here, let me clear my throat. Come on, y'all, let's go. Funky jam. So what? DJ Cool is who I am. So rock till you don't stop. And just DJ Cool with that whole hip hop. And I just let y'all having a party. I'm in the house again and I'm calling for you and your career. Things are coming through it. DJ Cool rock the whole week and doing so. Here we go, check the flow. There you know that I'm that beast to rock the whole damn show. To the beat, everybody. And if y'all come to party, hold it now. Hey yo, if the party is right where you standing at right now, and it's all good in here, make some noise. So, check the flavor of the rhythm I wrote. While I got a chance here, let me clear my throat. Oh, have a spin. I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. Get your hands in the air if you in here.
Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to MC Media's streaming coverage, along with Eastlink Community TV, of the 2024 Timber Cup, being brought to you from the Yarmouth Mariner Center. My name's David Doucette. I'll be doing the play-by-play for you today, and with me is CJ Killam. Our championship game, CJ, is going between two undefeated teams in the tournament. They both went through the entire tournament without a loss, both 4-0, so both well-deserving to being in this final.
Yeah, you know, you see in tournaments like this sometimes, yeah, you can hear the argument from naysayers being like, in tournaments like this, two best teams are never really facing each other in the finals. Someone gets knocked off because it's a single elimination in the semifinals. That's not happening this time. Both teams 4-0, both teams with strong wins in the semifinals. Excited to see what happens here as we got one of the best defenses I've seen in the Timber Cup taking on a lightning-fast Sydney Academy offense.
Sydney Academy Wildcats 3-0 in the round robin with victories over Forest Heights, Digby, and the co-host Potomba Sharks, and then went on, to destroy the two-team Cheticamp and Cape Breton Highlands team 8-0 in their semifinal. On the other side, we've got Bayview, formerly Sir John A. Macdonald, going undefeated in the round robin with victories over Eastern Shore, that combined Cape Breton team, as well as Forest Heights, before a very close, in the last, I think, 3 or 4 minute victory, 2-1 over the West Kings Wolverines.
Yeah, that was one of the best defensive showings I've seen from a high school team. This Bayview team, they defend that center part of the offensive zone so well, getting bodies, getting sticks in there. I'm really excited to see how this very lethal Sydney Academy offense attacks that. If you're an X's and O matchup kind of hockey fan, I think you're really going to enjoy this one.
Starting goaltenders for the Bayview Sharks, he's been in most of the time, number 31, Robert Harris. And for the Sydney Academy Wildcats, William Hussey has indeed been in every single game of this tournament. Couple injuries to report from the Sydney Academy Wildcats. Bit of a scuffle at the end, very minor, but one of those special words was said, and as a result, Matthew McIntyre has been eliminated from this and the next game. And in the injured reserve on the Bayview Sharks, he had a lower body injury coming into the tournament, re-aggravated it, so number 9, Tyson Foley, will not be available for the championship game either. Captains for the Bayview Sharks, we've got number 10, Josh Morrison, assistant captain, 17, Parker McDonald, and 18, Nathan Judge. And over on the Sydney Academy team, co-captains, number 9, Charlie Joe Francis, and number 88, Braden Tubritt. Assistant captains, number 15, Lucas Wilcox, and number 22, Cole Murphy. CJ, we're really expecting this to be a good game, and it's a battle of wills, and I believe whose will is going to come through. Will it be the offensiveness of the Sydney Academy Wildcats, or will it be the defensive game and team play that the Bayview Sharks have?
Exactly, and again, I think that's what, the saying goes, defense wins championships. So we'll see if that pulls through. Bayview has been an excellent defense of their Timber Cup, looking to go back-to-back here.
A lot of times games like this come down to how good your goaltending can be as well. Both these goaltenders have played very well. Hussey not really tested a lot in terms of numbers in the semifinal. Even though I believe he only had 10 shots on them, he had 4 breakaways. A game that could have turned on its head in a totally different way had a couple of those breakaways gone in. The flow could have changed. The 8-0 game could have been a more competitive game, but it got out of hand and stayed out of hand. And I know on the other side, Harris equally good for the Bayview team.
Oh, exactly. He didn't face a lot of high danger opportunities. He probably only had about 2 or 3, but he stood tall on them, and sometimes that can be hard when you're not facing that many high danger chances.
And after the national anthem, we'll be underway very shortly as the players just get their gear back on, do a quick lap and set up. A normal 4-man rotation for refereeing. Hybrid icing, something that doesn't always happen, is a new addition, and I think a positive one to the tournament this year. And for those of you unaware, it's like the NHL. The call only gets made when one of the players reaches the hash marks. So you can actually beat out what would be an obvious icing play if you can get yourself down the ice and beat it out. Adds to some more offense. I think it was a good call, and I hope it stays.
Oh, and I think the major one, it cuts down on injuries. You don't have players going as hard, as close into the boards. So then, and that's the main thing. Sometimes you forget, these are teenagers playing here. You never want to see anything serious injury happen.
Bayview wins the opening faceoff. Up the boards just past Judge. Chipped back in by Murphy into a far corner. Getting in quick is going to be Melski. He tips it forward, helping out on defense. McDonald ripping it around. Murphy pinches in from the far side. Gets some help. Loses an edge, though. Both teams fighting for it along the blue line. Bayview going to capture the puck, and that's Nathan Judge carrying some good speed down the far side. He has his stick slashed out of his hands by Anthony Melski. And 31 seconds into the game, we've got a penalty.
Yeah, that's that. Coaching definitely going to be angry at that player. That's number 27, Anthony Melski, going in the box for Sydney Academy, and a very undisciplined penalty there. There was no need to take a slash this early in the game, and the ref had no choice to call that because it affected possession. The guy had the puck on his stick and had the stick knocked right out of his hands. Easy call there for the refs.
Back to the point. That's Morrison with it. Slides it over to the far side. Down deep now. Back to the thing. Quick shot. Rebound. Save. And cleared aside. Two big saves by Hussey right away. Point blank and then getting the rebound. Keeping the puck in is McDonald. He loses it at the point, though. That's Tubritt with it. Tubritt carries some speed down, being chased down by number 20, Cohen Keeping. 1-on-2 in the corner, so Bayview does come away with it. Nathan Judge picks it up on the far side. Tubritt closes on him. The puck goes off of his shin pads down the ice. Lucas Wilcox looking for the show opening down the ice, but can't get it. Tubritt finds it. Coming out again, goes towards the middle. Pushes the puck a little ahead of himself. Good stick again, though, and he's going to get off the change after a great initial penalty kill. Morrison slides a pass over. It's picked off and thrown down the ice by number 17, Keenan Francis.
Good work on the penalty kill so far by Sydney Academy. They want to make up for this early mistake and keep the puck out of the net.
Josh Morrison tips it up over to Doucette. Doucette cross ice behind the stick of Liver. They'll start again at the blue line. Gaining the left side is Liver. He chops it in deep, chases it down. Behind the net, pass in front. Right there is Beaver, and Beaver clears the zone. Wadden up on the far side, comes back to the near side to George. Ryland George gains the blue line, protecting the puck. Being forced to the side by Francis. Francis, a key defensive feature for the Sydney Academy Wildcats. Shot from the point, and another good save by William Hussey as he doesn't give up the rebound.
Good job looking through the bodies there by Hussey. He had a few players in front, but he did a good job seeing it through the traffic, and even more importantly, not giving up the rebound, because I think that's really what the Bayview Sharks were looking for on that shot.
Face off to the left of Hussey. Liver and Joe Francis taking the face off. Joe Francis comes away with it, can't find the puck. Second attempt, gets it down the ice. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Annis in the corner, chips it ahead, looking for Liver. Liver's got lots of room as the Wildcats back up. Getting a good active stick in there again, though. Charlie Joe Francis able to break that play up, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. That one goes off of a skate. Coming back the other way, Annis loses control. He'll regain it in his own end. Indirect pass, nicely off the boards to Kraus. Check that, that's Geddes. Geddes with the pass in front and can't get the shot away. Breaking back hard the other way is Charlie Joe Francis. Carries some speed towards the middle, drops it off for Beaver. Beaver looks for the return pass, and it skips over top of his stick. Sharks breaking out of their own end. Good cross-ice pass right onto the stick of Morrison. Morrison makes a nice move. There's a quick shot. Glove save. Hussey.
Fantastic play there on both sides. Bayview creating a great offensive opportunity with the 2-on-1, and a great job by Hussey flashing that leather and holding on for another face-off. Some good work there, and if you're Sydney Academy, hey, you did a great job on that penalty kill. You didn't really give up that many high danger opportunities, so some good work there on the penalty kill to make up for that early mistake.
Back to the point, cross ice to Keeping. Easy save by Hussey. He could see it all the way. Picks it up out of the air. Want to keep those shots from the point down, but it was a one-timer. Hard to do that every time you want to.
Exactly, especially, could very easily those things get deflected with the amount of bodies. And again, that's kind of a strategy that Bayview likes to use.
Shot from the point. That can't get through the defense. That was Morrison that got in the way. Chip forward, getting right back to it is Cohen Keeping. He's being chased down by Dominic McLeod. McLeod skates by. Right up the far side. Morrison tries to chip it out. Stopped at the line, kept in. Second attempt, gets out. Coming back the other way is Bayview. That's McDonough. McDonough with a shot. That one sails wide. Back on the other side, throwing it around the net is Harnish. Harnish back to McDonald. And it's in. McDonald gets it in. I'm not sure if it's from the side of the net. Did you get a good view?
I couldn't see. The goal. Hussey was down, so my guess is he wasn't hugging the post as well as he did. It maybe got under the skate blade with where it was, but it looked like there's just a shot from the side and it bounced in. And hey, lucky break if you're Bayview. either way, it's 1-0 for the Sharks.
We'll see if we have an overhead. Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, we'll see here on the replay. So puck coming out on the overhead. Let's see if the slow motion, and Hussey just got caught looking the other way. His skate wasn't attached to that post. Some prime good observation there by the Bayview skater to know that that puck was there for the taking.
And we'll wait for the announcement. We'll relay it to you. Couldn't quite get the number there on
the
side.
They mobbed him too quickly. I couldn't see which number it was there. But again, some great hockey awareness there by that skater to know. He realized Hussey was quickly checking his other way. Didn't quite know where the puck was, and he took advantage.
So the Wildcats a little bit on their heels early on in the game. And it's number 4, Oliver Morrison, banging that goal in for Bayview. Cross-ice pass back to live action to Jeremy Morneau. Hops over his stick. He's got the puck on the sideboard now, chips it in deep. Liver has it, spins away from the forecheck. Double team, though, back behind to Joe Francis. Joe Francis looking in front. Oh, just slides by the stick of Gushu. Bayview breaks out of their own end. Reeves throws it in right at the goaltender. He leaves it for his defenseman, Wilcox. Wilcox breaks out of his own end. A little bit in front of himself, though, as making changes are the Wildcats, making sure not to have too many men on while they're doing it. Play slows down a little bit. Chip forward. And in first in his own end is Mitchell Annis. Annis up the near side to Judge. Judge can't control it. Annis resets on top of his own circle. Nice lead pass through the middle. One-on-one opportunity this time for McDonald. There's a shot, pad save, and rebound steered aside by the Wildcats. Tubritt chips it forward, trying to get it up to Melski. Melski back down. Murphy now. Murphy's got some room, up to Tubritt. Tubritt likes to carry the puck, gets around the defense, on his backhand, slides it, pad save. Rebound comes out, right back to Tubritt, finds it in his skates, tries to slide in. It's going to get back to Murphy. Murphy's got a shooting lane. There's the shot off of a skate, picking up the rebound, trying to slide it in front of the net, but the Wildcats can't get it to the net. Doucette carries the blue line. There's a shot, glove save. Doesn't get all of it, though. Hussey's going to want to control that a little bit better. Cole Murphy, lots of speed, goes up the far side, around the net. Behind, looking in front, might go to the point. He does, right back to Francis. Francis with a shot through a crowd, can't get through all those, the forest of legs.
And that's the strategy Bayview uses. They always block up that center of the offensive zone. They don't like their shots getting through. They don't allow those cross-ice passes, and it makes that job that much more easier for goaltender Robert Harris when he doesn't have to deal with those one-timing shots. He doesn't have to deal with the skaters carrying it right out in front of him. So the Bayview Sharks do a great job in helping out their goaltender defensively.
On the negative side, it also means the goaltender cannot see a thing. So if you think you're going to shoot, everyone collapses, and you get somebody on the weak side, you could have an empty net that the goaltender can't even react to quickly because he doesn't even know where the puck's going.
But Bayview does a great job at not hampering Harris as much as they can, as you are pointing out. Some teams have that problem, but again, Bayview seem to have found this strategy the best way to execute it.
Wilcox chips it forward. Joe Francis has some speed, goes down the left side, but we've got a penalty, behind the scenes interference. Once again, an undisciplined penalty behind the scenes for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we were both looking the other way as the puck was going there. So they didn't quite see the contact that number 11, Brady McDonald, made. But again, that's another undisciplined penalty you don't need to be taking here if you're Sydney Academy. You're already down 1. Yeah, you were able to kill it off. But again, on a lot of teams, your best scorers aren't your penalty killers. So then they're sitting on the bench for about 2 minutes.
Back to the point. Morrison keeps it in, takes it down low. Throws it behind to Judge. Judge gets it back to the point to Keeping. Keeping has it. Comes in, takes a shot through a crowd. Glove save, Hussey.
Hussey really likes to flash that leather on the glove save. Does a great job at covering up and not allowing a lot of rebounds so far in this one. Again, Bayview, another great opportunity on the power play. We'll see if they're able to be a bit more successful in this time, as Academy did a great job at pressuring the skaters.
Face-off scrum, one back to the point to Morrison. He'll control it, go cross ice, gets it off to Keeping. Keeping slides it down to his winger. There's a quick shot. That one's going to sail right around. You shoot from there, miss to the far side. You're clearing it out of your own end. Cohen Keeping stops, avoids the forecheck. Good active stick, though, from behind. Great forecheck by Morneau there, and he's going to get active again, getting after Morrison. Morrison to Judge. Judge has lots of skating room now. So Wildcats send one deep and Cape 3 back. Morrison comes in, gets hip checked, taken off the play. Nice open body check. You do not see a good old-fashioned hip check very much anymore.
No, I thought those went extinct in the mid-2000s, but good to see him coming back.
Bayview has it. Cross-ice pass. A great active stick in there by Gushu, able to knock that pass down. Looking to jam it up at the boards, can't do it. Judge has it. He has his pass done. Coming right out now is Wilcox. Wilcox 1-on-2 comes in, takes a quick shot, blocker save, up into the mesh. That'll keep the face-off down in the Sharks' end. Good PK so far for the Wildcats.
Yeah, some good job, again, pressuring those Bayview skaters. They're not giving them time with the puck, so that isn't allowing Bayview to get on their setup and start cycling that puck around. So again, some good penalty killing work here by Sydney Academy, but again, haven't been able to generate much offense this period with just 2 shots total.
Bayview breaking out of their own end. Doucette has it. He goes cross ice, pass a little ahead of Ennis, but he skates it down into the corner. Overskates it, stops, looking for some help. Both teams trying to dig it out. Comes the Wildcats' way, and a little bit of help from Murphy. He tries to clear it, gets a little too high up into the mesh. 20 seconds left in the power play opportunity for the Sharks, looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, shots 10-2 in favor of Bayview, and again, with 2 power plays, you should have a shot advantage if you have almost 4 minutes on the power play. We'll see if they're able to capitalize once again.
Francis behind the net. Gets it to the point. Good work at the point, though, by Beaver. Gets across. There's a shot. Score! Ethan Doucette with a slapper from the point beats William Hussey cleanly for a power play goal with 6:29 to go in the first period.
A lot of velocity on that one from Doucette. Big slap shot, and yeah, it got all the way through. Again, with those type of shots with a lot of velocity at the point, as a goaltender, you just got to hope your positioning is sound. Big clapper, and it goes all the way through, goes right past his blocker. Unfortunately for Hussey there, wasn't quite in the best positioning. He wasn't really centered up on that shot, and it ended up costing him.
Well-positioned shot, though, as we saw in the overhead, just got inside the post.
Yeah. Oh, perfect accuracy. We've seen that attempted a lot in this tournament, and they mostly just go wide of the net.
Picked off, the chance for Tubritt. Tubritt with a shot, goes off of a body again. Back to the point. Morrison can't get that one through. Breaking back the other way is Bayview. Bayview carrying speed right down the middle, trying to split the D. Can't do it. Well defended by the Wildcats. Can't chip it out, though. Goes across to the other side. Morrison's going to try to skate it down into the corner. Bayview with some numbers. Pass in front, and it gets knocked down into the corner. Back behind again. Wraparound attempt. Trying to squeeze another one in there. Right in front. Back to the point. Morrison can't get the shot away, and this time it's Tubritt with it. Tubritt's going to come in on a breakaway all by himself. There it is, the deke, the shot. Big save, Robert Harris keeping the door shut. Slap shot from the point, glove save, Harris. Why not make it 2?
See here on the replay, that breakaway. In alone, going in, and follows him all the way. Gets what a save there by Harris. Comes all the way across, denying that goal to bring this just within 1 deficit. Good attempt there by Tubritt. Great save by Harris.
Wildcats have it. Back to Murphy. Murphy shoot through the crowd, and Harris sees that one all the way. Nobody's in front of him in that case, which makes for an easy save most times from a wrist shot from the point.
Yeah, Harris has stood tall when he's needed to all tournament long. His defense does their best to help him out, and he reciprocates that by making fantastic saves when needed.
Pass in front. Wildcats have it. That shot goes wide, and that was Joe Francis, who's been super accurate in the last game in terms of his shooting ability. Coming back hard the other way. Broken up. Rimmed around the boards to McDonald. He chips it forward to Joe Francis again. He has trouble picking it up. The little things go a long way. You go from taking all your speed away to stopping and getting the puck fired right back down in your end. White up along the boards to Murphy. Murphy reverses it back to White. He'll try the other end. McLeod has it. Chips it forward. 2-on-1 opportunity if they can get to the puck. They do. Chip forward. Bayview back in numbers, though. Changes being made by both teams. That one chips off the head, I believe, of Hayden Jewers, up into the mesh. That'll bring the face-off inside with 4:23 to go in the first period.
Yeah, Academy responding a bit here, already being down 2-0. They've been putting on some offensive pressure. They want to at least try to bring this back to just a 1-goal deficit before the end of the period. Their shot total's coming up a bit again. I think if they keep pressing like this, eventually they're going to beat Harris.
Back to the point. That shot, a long deflection off of the skate of Avery Liver, and a great reactionary save by Harris to get that left pad out. Beaver has it again. Beaver with a hat trick in the semifinal. Pass in front, one-timer, skips over top of the stick of Melski, who was in a great position to get a good shot away. Francis over to Wilcox. Wilcox gives it up. Skating down hard is Tubritt. Tubritt, backhand pass, gets it in. Beaver behind the net. She tries to wrap around, can't squeeze it in. One good wraparound deserves another. Coming back the other way, chipped out. Wildcats get it at the Sharks bench and dump it right back in. That one's chipped high. Settling it down is Chase Reeves. He makes a move to the inside. Partially gets away from Francis. Francis then makes him pay on the boards. Up to Beaver. They collide. Beaver one-on-one's got a man with him, got Tubritt with him. There's a quick shot, and that one just sails high. Francis at the point, takes a wrist shot. There's a pad save. That one goes off the skates. Morrison back in his corner, rips it around the near side, around the boards, and clears the zone. Breaking out fast is McDonald. McDonald makes a move to the outside, stops, spins, protecting the puck, trying to ward off Keenan Francis, a much bigger defenseman, and Francis able to get the better of him. Brady McDonald on the far side, gets the pass in the middle. Breaking out now is Francis. Francis, some room, pass in the middle. Can't get the shot. Yes, he does! And it's number 15, Lucas Wilcox, losing possession, but then finding the 5-hole on Robert Harris.
Ovechkin X rush there by Lucas Wilcox. Muscles through his man, coming hard with speed. One-handed, he just pushes that one through the 5-hole of Harris. I think Harris wasn't expecting the shot to come, so he didn't have his 5-hole fully prepared. Fantastic highlight reel goal by Lucas Wilcox, and he brings the deficit down to just 1 goal here late in the first period.
Ryland George behind the net, taking off the play. Back in front, great opportunity, shot, score! Number 9, Charlie Joe Francis ties the game up in quick succession for the Sydney Academy Wildcats.
The defensive wall of Bayview Sharks breaks down completely immediately after Sydney Academy able to crack that wall, and now they just broke through. That's what you do when you're the captain. Joe Francis takes over there, a beautiful shot there, and again, some great work by the Sydney Academy. Here on the replay, you see from behind the net, comes right out in front. Bayview's been doing so good all tournament defending those types of plays, and it collapses right there.
And you missed some live action with that replay, as right back at it were the Sydney Academy Wildcats, who certainly have a jump in their step after that first goal specifically. They tried to jam one in the short side. Robert Harris makes the save. Shots on net, which at one point were very apart. Oh, there's a wide gap now tied up at 11-11. Bayview comes away with it. Chipping it forward is Geddes. Geddes chasing down. Murphy's going to get there first for the Wildcats. Murphy up against the boards. Good exit pass, but just a little bit ahead, but digging it out. Here's the backhand, just wide by Tubritt. Tubritt chases it down. Puck up to the blue line and out. A little bit of a collision there. All unintentional. Breaking back the other way is McDonough. McDonough slides it towards the goaltender. He's going to cover that up.
We'll see how Bayview responds here. This is really the first real adversity they'd face all tournament long. They've had fantastic defense through there. The one lead that they haven't had was early on in the semifinal, but again, they haven't faced letting in 2 quick goals like this really all tournament long, so I'm interested to see how they respond here.
Breaking in, that's Wilcox trying to get the puck. Beaver trying to dig it out. It's going to go to the goaltender, but stepping in front is Keeping, and Keeping's going to fire it down the ice. I think that's going to be right on net. Goaltender lets Francis play it. Francis goes up, right back by Bayview, and then once again, as the puck bounces back and forth, Francis has it again, back in his own end. There's a not bad opportunity shot underneath goaltender Hussey. I was afraid that could have slid right underneath him as he was sprawling from his right to his left.
Yeah, puck it has a tendency to take funny bounces on that part of the boards here at Mariners Center. Bayview Sharks, you know, they're here every Timber Cup. I bet they're keenly aware of how some of these boards react. And unfavorable bounce for Sidney Kemi. Good job by Hussey to bail out the bad stroke of puck luck.
Face-off scrum, controlled by the Wildcats. McDonald with the rink-wide pass. That's intercepted. Tried to get through too many sticks. Back on Francis's stick behind his own net. Less than a minute to go. Making changes, just coming on the ice with Annis. Wildcats chip it down. They're onside. Sharks have it behind their own net. That's Josh Morrison with it. Morrison chips it ahead to Keeping. Keeping looking up for Reeves. He can't control it. Francis has it again. He'll go cross ice over to Wilcox. Wilcox gains the blue line. Half a minute left. Nice move by Wilcox onto his forehand. Can't get the shot away as the defense collapses on him right at the hash marks. Puck pops out. Put back into the corner. 15 seconds left in period number 1. Annis up on the boards. Sharks will get it out. Francis has it, goes cross ice. Bit of a missed pass, and with 4 seconds, that's going to just about do it as the puck goes down into the Sharks' end. A very exciting period number 1. Sydney Academy with 2 quick goals. First by number 4, Oliver Morrison, and then a power play goal by Ethan Doucette, followed up by 2 goals in, I think, a minute or less than a minute.
Less than a minute.
First by number 15, Lucas Wilcox, and then followed that up by number 9, Charlie Joe Francis. Your thoughts on period number 1, CJ?
Well, it was for the first 2/3 of the period, Bayview Sharks were firmly in control. I think a bit of that was because of that early, as you see here, the highlights of the period airing right now. I think Sydney Academy got off to that rough start because of that immediate penalty. And again, one of the things you don't think about so much is generally on teams, and you know, Sydney Academy fans, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but generally your penalty killers aren't your best offensive players. So early on in games, you want to get your offensive players out there to kind of get into it. You don't really want them sitting for about 2 minutes. So it took a while for Sydney Academy to get back into the groove of things. Took about that 2/3. Bayview was able to take advantage. They got that 2-goal lead, but just a complete mental lapse from the Bayview Sharks near the end of that second period, and now we're back to a tie game.
Sydney Academy gains the first faceoff. Nice pass up the minute to Tubritt. Tubritt with a quick shot. Pad save. Rebound. Another pad save. Tubritt has it again. Tubritt tries to swing and get a shot away. Can he fans on it? Breaking back in his own end is Murphy. Murphy goes cross ice for Morrison. That comes back behind the net. Good forechecking work. Doucette in the corner now. Tries to find Morrison. Skips over his stick. Chip forward. Bayview has to get back into that first half. We had two. It was the tale of one period. First half and second half in period number 1, CJ. One team dominating one side when the shots to the net were about 10-1, and they end up being equal at the end of the period.
Exactly. Sydney Academy came back in force towards the end of that period, and they were able to tie it up.
Tubritt goes on the near side, trying to avoid the check from Annis. Taken hard out into the boards, but gets the puck on the far side, but not before there's a penalty for head contact. And it's Tubritt that has the looking up to the sky look in his face, in his mask.
And here's the big one. Let's see what it's going to be. Is it 2 or 4? We'll wait for the timekeeper to put that up for us. But again, a head contact, another undisciplined penalty by Sydney Academy. He's getting lucky with just the incidental, so that's just going to be a 2 minutes. But again, again, early in a period, another penalty taken, and we saw how much it threw us in the academy in the first period. So we'll see how Bayview's able to respond.
There's a shot as he finds the rebound, covers it up. A momentum changer, it could certainly be.
100%. And again, we could see the repeat of the first period. You know, Bayview wasn't successful on their first power play opportunity, but again, they were able to score on their second chance. So let's see what they do now.
Annis at the point, slides it down to Doucette. Doucette's got it. Shot through a crowd, hits his own player. Rebound, pad, saved by Hussey. Somehow able to see that. Back up to Doucette. Doucette cross ice to Annis. Annis' shot, and Hussey grabs it. Didn't quite have it completely, but then found it to cover it up. 1:35 to go in the power play.
Yeah, I think Hussey was realizing the kind of scrambling going on in the defensive zone, so a wise cover-up for the face-off there. Minute 35 left still on this power play. Bayview, you know, they're definitely going to want to restore their lead.
Face-off on the far side, won by the Wildcats. That's White with it. He looks for a shooting lane, fires it down the ice. Harris will stop it and leave it there for his defenseman. Coming out of the other side's Morrison. Morrison picked from behind for Beaver.
We'll see if
Beaver gets, is it a tripping penalty? I think Beaver got, it was great forechecking, just a little too great.
Just a little too great. We'll see here though, because he did get an extra shot from a Bayview player, but looks like the ref's letting that one in. Understanding, you know, teams don't take it friendly when you shoot the puck at the net after the whistle's gone.
But the whistle hadn't gone. It was being blown while he was shooting it.
It was close, but again,
no.
Bayview doing a good, tried to incite something there, but they got lucky they didn't also be sending that man to the box. So now we're going to get 5-on-3 for about a minute 10 here.
Back in their own end, Morrison. Got lots of room. Floats a pass over to Judge. Judge is inside, looking back to the point. Floats the pass up to Keeping. Keeping comes in, shot off of a leg. He'll regain the puck back at the blue line. He gets chased down. Unusual when you're down 5-on-3. Cross ice pass coming in. Can't get the shot away. In front, the shot goes wide. McDonald behind the net tries to jam it in the short side. Bayview still has it. Back to the point to Morrison. Morrison with lots of room, stops. One-timer, not much on that one, goes in front. Hussey finds it, covers it up with a Bayview Shark right on his doorstep.
I know they once again, Bayview, they know they got that goal against Hussey before because he wasn't quite hugging his post. They tried it again there. They think they see a weakness they can exploit with Hussey, so Hussey needs to be smart about here and know that the Bayview's going to be looking for those wraparound chances.
Face-off controlled by the Wildcats. They fire it into the Sharks' bench, so that'll be a face-off right back where we started.
Just 27 seconds left on the 5-on-3 advantage. You got to think Bayview really wants to take advantage here.
Face-off controlled by Bayview. Right at the top of the line, they're going to slide it over to George. George breaks it down low, back to the top. And unable to handle the passes, Annis, and he's going to have to back it up, and they'll have to reset. 12 seconds to go with the two-man advantage. In comes Annis. He's carrying some speed on the far side behind the net. Slides the puck in front. Seeing it and quickly getting the glove down on it. William Hussey, as the Sharks didn't have anyone right in front to get a hold of that puck.
No, they didn't. I think they were just hoping a rebound came out on that one. But, again, with just 4 seconds left on the 5-on-3, you know Bayview's going to be upset if they can't at least come out of these running power plays with a goal and restore their lead. And the shots, again, once more going into the favor of Bayview with all these power play chances.
Back to the point to Morrison. Morrison slides the puck over to Judge. Judge goes cross-site. One penalty over. Now it's 5-on-4. Shot, save, rebound. Controlled by Bayview, but now Tubbert has it. He's going to chip it forward, go down the ice. Getting there first will be Josh Morrison. Morrison with the lead pass to Judge. Judge gauges the blue line. There's a shot. Big, juicy rebound. Second rebound. Scores! Number 14, Rylan George, I think, gets the goal.
Just,
nope, 8.
Again, if you're a Hussey, you made the first 2 initial saves. You couldn't contain that rebound. It came right out. Great work there from
number 18, Nathan Judge.
Number 18, Nathan Judge. Good work there. He's been all over the score sheet all tournament long for Bayview. Definitely one of their best offensive players. You saw there, Hussey. You know, you can tell he's a little bit angry on himself with that one. But again, I don't know what more you can ask from a goaltender when you ask him to make 3 straight saves off of his shot.
Power play goal, so that's 2 power play goals for the Bayview Sharks. We'll have to see whether or not that curtails the aggressiveness of the Wildcats, although I know being aggressive is a big part of their game, but it's a fine line to watch, and you have to figure out what type of game the linesmen, or the referees are going to be calling.
You never want to be your own worst enemy.
Annis gets it to the point, but not out. Chipped into the far corner. Joe Francis gets it to Beaver. Beaver has his stick lifted. Pinching in is Wilcox. He gets it around. Pass to the near side to Geddes. Geddes slips it up to Jewers. Jewers gets it into an empty corner. Getting there first is going to be Melski. Melski reverses it to Wilcox. Wilcox makes a nice move, but then pushes it too far ahead. McDonough with it. McDonough behind the net. Pass in front, quick shot, big save, Hussey. Hussey gets that right pad out and robs him on the doorstep.
Good work there by Hussey. That's a good bounce back. Again, when you're a team who just scores a goal, you want to test the goaltender right away as quickly as possible because you can put them on their back foot. Good job by Hussey to respond there because that was a difficult shot with the pass coming out from behind the net right out in front. And a good job there by Hussey to stay low and take away all that shooting space.
Face off on the far side. McDonough thrown out. He'll get replaced by Jewers. Jewers wins the face-off. McDonough throws it in deep. Getting back there first will be Lucas Wilcox. He'll continue the puck up the boards to McLeod. He chips it up high. That's going to be an icing. No, it's not. Great speed control. Pass out in front. Goaltender gets the paddle down. Somebody's neck guard, I believe, is off. Shot from the point. Nope, that goes off his own player. Coming down the ice, great little interference there by number 17, Keenan Francis. Allows his other defenseman to get back to the puck. Wilcox gets it off the boards. Pass in front. Chip just out of the way. Backing him up, Josh Morrison. Morrison fires a puck towards the net. Now with some room. Coming out is Tubritt. Tubritt likes to carry the puck. Goes hard down the left side. He's going to come in on a breakaway to his forehand shot. Big save, Robert Harris.
But draws the penalty. So a fantastic rush there by Braden Tubritt. He's all over the ice. He's one of the best offensive players for the Sydney Academy. You call his name a lot whenever you're calling Sydney Academy games. A good work there. Again, he's a bit upset with himself. Of course, he wanted to score a goal. Anytime you get a breakaway or a partial breakaway, you want to score a goal. But you got the second best result. You got yourself a power play. Great opportunity for the Academy to tie this one up.
Back to the point. Murphy with it. Murphy slides it down the near side. Quick pass up to Joe Francis, but he loses control as his stick is lifted and fired down the ice. Cole Murphy behind his own net will reset for the Wildcats. Not being pressured right away, so he'll bring it up himself. Lee pass up to Melski. Melski has his stick lifted. Great stick work there by Parker McDonald. Tubritt skates through a check. Still firing it down. Can't get it by the second defenseman. Against the board, stopped by Joe Francis. Gets it back to Murphy. Murphy's shot goes off a stick. Joe Francis has it. Doesn't get much on that one as it's off the top of his stick. Held in nicely at the point. Slides the puck over. There's Melski with a shot. Scored! Melski with a power play goal. Knocks things up at 9:02 of the second period.
Great executed power play there by Sydney Academy. Good puck movement going all throughout. And a rare breakdown by Bayview. Bayview's normally good at stopping those cross-ice passes, but the Sydney Academy were executing so perfectly. Melski doing a great job here, as you see on the replay. Good puck movement. He had a lot of space and just a wonderful snipe shot. Goes right by the glove of Harris in net. And right now we're back to a 3-3 game. All tied up. You got to love it. It's been fantastic hockey here in this one.
Melski with the puck. Leads the pass up to Gushu. Gushu, his pass for Joe Francis. Joe Francis coming in by himself. There's a shot. Rebound. Back it behind the net. Great save by Harris. And just like period number 1, the Wildcats were looking to get back-to-back goals within a minute. This time, Harris closed the door. McDonald comes up, gains the blue line. He'll throw it in deep and chase it down. Morrison gets the arm up to dissuade him from getting into the corner quickly. Puck bounces out. It's going to get back to the point to George. George doesn't have a shooting lane, so dumps it in deep. Fighting through a check is Colby Morrison. They were a bit tangled up. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Dirty ice means puck doesn't make it all the way down by the end of the second period.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of snow drifts out on the ice there from all the skates.
Nathan Judge comes in. Well defended by Morrison. Has it behind the net, though. Looks to the point, off of a skate, and not out. There's a shot through a crowd. Finding it through that crowd is William Hussey, and he'll hold on to it with 7:51 to go.
Good response from Bayview after giving up that goal. They didn't pull back. They didn't freak out. They're now going back into their game plan, keeping the puck in the attacking zone. They want to restore their 1-goal lead.
One extra player on for the Wildcats. That's Hugh gets off, and the face-off dropped. Back into the corner. McLeod tries to chip it out. That's going to go right to the goaltender. On the far side now. That one gets out. Morrison finds it. Right back of the Wildcats. They'll gain the blue line. Make a nice move as Tubritt. Tubritt gets into the corner. McLeod's going after it. Bayview player falls down. He might be on top of it. There it is. Finally coming away with his Tubritt. Tubritt tries to sneak it in on the short side. Pass in front. Gets right back to White. White shot through a crowd. Just misses. Coming back in. Breaking in is Wilcox on the side. Tries to get a pass in front. It's knocked down. And the Sharks able to clear the zone.
Good work there by the Academy. Again, more back and forth action here in the championship game. Both of these teams really playing hard for the Timber Cup.
Morrison comes in. Quick shot off of a stick into the mesh for another whistle. CJ, just kind of quickly point out, I don't think we mentioned it earlier, Bayview, the defending champions of the Timber Cup. But not only that, for Timber Cup, Bayview / Sir Johnny McDonald have won 3 of the last 4 Timber Cups.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks to the dominance of Bayview as a hockey program. Because, again, that's not that many repeating players going through there. So fantastic work by this Bayview coaching staff and the program they've set up there in Halifax.
Pass goes out in front. There's a quick shot. That one sails over the net. Hard shot by Geddes. That shot goes off of a skate. Back to Judge at the point. He just tries to chip it in deep. Does so to Geddes. Geddes rips it around the boards, looking for Annis at the top of the point. Some good offensive pressure, looking to get it more to the middle of the ice so they can get a shooting opportunity. Sliding it into an empty corner. Great move. If you can't get it through the legs, at least get it in deep. Morneau, lead pass up through the middle. Good active stick at the blue line by by Francis to get that out. Joe Francis to get that out. That's going to be thrown down. No icing. 6:05 to go in period number 2. Lead pass gets by everybody, and that one has enough steam for an icing.
Yeah, you really got to put the force behind it if you want to send that puck all the way down. They did so there. And, yeah, Bayview, again, it's a different test, though, now of Sydney Academy. You know, to my knowledge, I don't remember Sydney Academy ever playing in a Timber Cup.
I don't believe so.
I could be corrected on that. So, again, it'd be great for Sydney Academy to come in all the way from Cape Breton and win the Timber Cup the first time you ever compete for it.
I think wonderful that 2 Cape Breton teams made it to the semifinals. Sydney Academy and the Shetticombe / Cape Breton Highland team.
And I hope all the Cape Breton viewers have been enjoying the coverage we have. You know, spread it around to other high schools. It's a great tournament down here in Yarmouth.
Back behind their own net. Academy goes wide. Tic-tac-toe to Tubritt. Tubritt's going to go in all by himself. Here comes the shot. Glove save, Robert Harris robbing Braden Tubritt of the go-ahead goal.
And just as casual as anything, just like it's an everyday occurrence for Harris, just flashing that leather out there. Patrick Waugh-esque with the little extra flourish, just like Waugh used to do. Fantastic work there by Harris to turn his side on the breakaway.
Melski comes in. Face off, right back to Beaver. Shot, save, rebound, steered aside. Morrison carries the puck up, stops, throws it towards the net while getting checked. Oliver Morrison loses the puck in the corner. Breaking out the other way is Wilcox. His pass just out of reach of Melski. Tubritt will bring it in, though. Tries to go between the defenseman's legs. Wilcox keeps it in, throws it in deep. Morrison overskates the puck. Back along the other side, up to the boards. That's going to be held in. Wilcox trying to fight through that check, using his skates, pushing it forward. Gets some help from Joe Francis, but now they've got an odd man rush coming the other way. And it gets a cross-ice pass over to Morrison, but Morrison skips over his stick, and the Wildcats are able to relieve the pressure. Morrison, that pass over to McDonald. McDonald's pass just gets by Morrison. Back to McDonald. He leaves it off to Morrison. Morrison's shot just sails wide. George pinches in, keeping it in. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the period. That one's going to get ripped around, going to be held in. No, it is. No, it's not. Just made it out. I wasn't sure where it was going to be, CJ.
It was hard for us to see all the way here. It also doesn't help with the snow configuration right in front of the bench. That's where the snow really piles up during a period, because that's where all the players are stopping right there. But just a tad offside, and unfortunately for Bayview, that offensive chance taken away.
Face off, push forward right away. Going to roll right to the goaltender. Ripped around the boards. Looking for McDonald, held in, there's a shot. Finding the puck on the short side is Harrison. He cuts the leather on top of it for another face-off with 3:56 to go.
Really been back and forth here as of late, just one chance after the other going back and forth. Shot total right now 25-21 in favor of Bayview. But again, a fantastic game we have going on here for the Timber Cup.
Doucette chips it forward. Good work along the boards to keep that alive by Keenan Francis. Melski throws it in deep. That's going to roll all the way around. That allows Gushu to get in on the far side. Bayview comes away with it. Lead pass through the middle to McDonald. McDonald trying to protect the puck. Well defended by the Wildcats as they get the puck out of their own end. Keeping. Cross-ice pass right on the stick of McDonough. Check that. That's Reeves. Reeves shot. Big rebound. Sorry about that, folks. Comes back the other way. That's the Wildcats coming out with it. Melski over to McDonald. McDonald with a long shot. Easy save by Harris, who redirects it up into the mesh. I got excited there. Couldn't get my words out.
I mean, it's been an exciting game. It's a fantastic way to end this. Was been a fantastic tournament. Again, even before this final day, the last 3 games we had in the round robin, all 6 of those teams had a chance to make the semis. It's been one of the better Timber Cups we've had here in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.
Morrison behind his own net. Avoids one forechecker. Trying to outskate Beaver. Beaver with a great forecheck. He's going to come in with it. Beaver's got an opportunity to drop pass. There's a quick shot. And that sails well over the net as Jeremy Morneau was trying to go upstairs and went just a little bit too upstairs.
Yeah, you got to think Morneau wants a redo on that one. That glorious offensive opportunity to take the lead here late in the second period, and he just sends that one sky high. Yeah, definitely Jeremy Morneau. Next time he's on the bench, he's going to be thinking about that one for a while.
Face off, controlled by the Wildcats. Back to the point. There's a shot off of a leg. Getting the rebound, firing it in deep. Beaver's going to get it on the other side. Tries to slide it back to McLeod. McLeod gets it to Tubritt. Tubritt goes cross ice. Here's an opportunity. Shot. Pad save into the corner. Chase Reeves reverses it. Good work by the Wildcats. There's another shot. That goes off of a stick into the mesh like the first period. We see the beginning of the period. The Bayview Sharks exert some offense, get a lot of shots on net. Second half of the period, the Wildcats come back. In both periods, we've seen a shot on net gap of 10 only get reduced as the period worn on.
Yeah, it seems the Sydney Academy has a much better endurance going through here, as you know their power of play doesn't seem to get less and less as the period goes on, and they've definitely been taking advantage of that.
Lead pass up. Chipping it forward. Chipping it right back in is Geddes. Good work, though. Getting back is Wilcox to break that up. Pass up through the middle. Good work getting it to Joe Francis. He controls the puck. Great defensive work, stripping Joe Francis of the puck. And that was defenseman Nathan Judge. Back behind the net, pass in front. Sharks are going to break it out of their own end. That's Geddes again with it. He overskates the puck, slips it ahead to McDonough. McDonough overskates it. Tubrick catches him from behind. Tubrick can't get it out. McDonough's got an opportunity. There's a shot, save, rebound. Steered aside by the Wildcats as they clear the zone with 91 seconds to go in the period. Coming right back in. Wildcats making changes, give up a big break. There's a shot, paddle down, save by Hussey. Wilcox has some room, cuts up through the middle. He's being chased by three, still gains it over them, but gets it a little too far in front of Captain Josh Morrison, who gets the stick on it. Breaking back the other way, McDonald has it. There's a shot through a crowd, blocker save, rebound. McDonald picks it up. Gets away from a check, but can't get away from the second player. Chip forward. There's a shot. Going to be knocked down by the Wildcats. Can't get the rebound, though. Second attempt, and McDonald chips it out of play. 47 seconds to go in our second period. Lead pass skips over the stick of Morrison. I think that could be an icing, and it is. So with 41.2 seconds, we're going to get a face-off right back in the Sharks' end.
You love to see it. Both teams realize they're coming up at the end of the period. They're taking more risks. One rush on one end turns into a rush on the other, goes right back down the other end. Exciting, exciting, fast-paced hockey we have here.
Face-off on the near side, controlled by the Sharks. They rip it up through the boards. Could be a great opportunity for Morrison. Morrison coming in one-on-one against Francis, waiting for a trailer. There's a shot off the crossbar as he goes upstairs looking for that tiny spot right between the post and the crossbar and missed it by millimeters. Wildcats behind their own net. Pass up to Tubrick. Tubrick makes a nice move to get away from one check. Carries it on the far side, slides the puck into the middle, trying to get that last shot away. Down underneath the defenseman, they're digging for it, and it finally squeaks out behind the net. 3 seconds to go, that should just about do it. And there's the horn.
It looks like Tubrick busted his skate blade because he's having a hard time getting up there on that one. And he tried to get up and he lost it a little bit, so I think he might need a little help. And there's that crossbar again, so close to Bayview Sharks. Came to walking out of the second period with a 1-goal lead.
A pair of power play goals in this period for the Bayview Sharks. It's number 18, Nathan Judge. And for the Sydney Academy Wildcats, number 27, Anthony Melski. A pair of power play goals added to a pair of goals each by each team in the first period has us all tied up at 3 apiece after 2 periods. So we'd like to thank everyone for joining MC Media and Eastlink Community TV streaming coverage of the 2024 championship game of the Timber Cup, coming to you from the Yarmouth Mariner Center. On behalf of myself, David Doucette, and my partner today, CJ Killen, we're going to take a little bit of a break as the Zamboni cleans the ice. We'll be back for the start of period number 3. Thanks for joining us. Throwing it around the net is Harnish. Harnish back to McDonald. Harnish back to McDonald. And it's in. McDonald gets it in. I'm not sure if it's from the side of the net. Did you get a good view?
I couldn't.
Beaver. Gets across. There's a shot. Gets across. There's a shot. Ethan Doucette with a slapper from the point. Breakaway all by himself. There it is. The deke. The shot. Big. There it is. The deke. The shot. Francis, some room. Pass in the middle. Can't get the shot. Yes, he. Can't get the shot. Yes, he does. And it's number 15, Lucas Wilcox, losing possession, but then finds George behind the net, taken off the play. Back in front. Great opportunity. Shot. Play. Back in front, great opportunity, shot, score! Number 9, Charlie Joe Francis. The blue line, there's a shot, big, juicy rebound, second rebound. There's a shot, big, juicy rebound, second rebound. Rylan George, I think, gets the goal. Left side, he's going to come in on a breakaway to his forehand shot, big. To his forehand shot, big. Slides the puck over, there's Melski, there's Melski with the shot, score! Melski himself. Here comes the shot. Here comes the shot. Glove. Francis waiting for a trailer. There's a shot. Waiting for a trailer. There's a shot.
This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she packed my suitcase and sent me on my way. She gave me a kiss and then she gave me my ticket. I put my Walkman on and said I might as well kick it. First class, yo, this is bad. Drinking orange juice out of a champagne glass. Is this what the people of Bel Air living like? This might be alright. But wait, I hear the prissy, bourgeois and all that. Is this the type of place that they should send this cool cat? I don't think so. I see when I get there. I hope they're prepared for the Prince of Bel Air. The plane landed and when I came out, there was a dude look like a cop standing there with my name out. I ain't trying to get arrested yet, I just got here. I sprang with the quickness like lightning disappeared. I whistled for a cab and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and it had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. Yo, home's the Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8 and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to third period coverage of the championship game of the 2024 Timber Cup, being brought to you from the Yarmouth Mariner Center in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. It's a presentation of MC Media and Eastlink Community TV. My name's David Doucette. With me, CJ Killam. And CJ, we have had an extraordinary first 2 periods of this championship game?
Oh, it's been an incredible game. I think it's very fitting. The Timber Cup, an 18-game tournament, and it all comes down to the final 15
back for
minutes.
the third period of
Great
play.
to see a 3-3 tie. Bayview and Sydney Academy, they've been putting
And
on
the
a fantastic
Sydney
show for the
Academy
fans watching on
Wildcats.
MC Media, and of course now being tuned into by Eastlink Community TV.
Shots on net after 2 complete. Bayview 29, Sydney Academy 22. But we were talking in the intermission, and it seems like both periods ebbed and flowed. They ebbed in favor of Bayview at the beginning of both periods, and then would circle back to be in favor of Sydney Academy at the end of both periods.
It's almost like you could say maybe the Sydney Academy studying what works early on in the first period, in the beginning of the periods, and then finding a way to dissect what has been a stellar Bayview defense all tournament long. This has been a fantastic game. I've never been so excited for 15 minutes of hockey. I'm ready to go, Dave.
6 goals, 3 of them power play goals. One has to wonder whether or not special teams will play a factor in period number 3.
You got to think the refs are going to let a lot of incidental stuff go. They're probably not going to be putting the arm up unless they see something dangerous or affects possession. Again, we should be in for some great hockey.
Annis back behind his own net will set things up for Bayview. Swinging it around, up to the middle. Breaking hard of his own end is McDonald. McDonald gains the blue line, throws it towards the net. Fresh ice out there, so it's going to slide easily and nicely. No big piles of snow in front of the doors of each benches. We're going to have some nice clean hockey probably for the first 10 minutes anyway.
Well, it might be a little bit because, again, there's always that adjustment period of having to dial back how hard you were previously passing that puck. So you usually see early on that the passes aren't quite as crisp.
Wildcats out of their own end. That pass goes off Beaver skates. Going to get right down onto the goaltender. No icing. Harris is going to just be safe and cover that puck up 28 seconds into period number 3 for a face-off in his own end.
Yeah, we'll see if the nerves start coming into effect again on both of these sides. You know, if you're Bayview, you're used to this. You had a close game in the finals last year. Here's another one coming in close on the finals. The Sydney Academy. We'll see how they respond with a chance to win their first ever Timber Cup.
Bayview comes out with the puck. That's Doucette with it. He'll fire it in towards the goaltender, and this time it's Hussey that's going to cover it up. And if it's good on one side, it's good on both sides.
Yep, a real snail's pace here to start out this one. I think both teams a little bit of trepidation coming in. I think they're both afraid to make that one mistake that ends up having the puck go in the back of your net.
Face off controlled momentarily. There it is by the Wildcats. That pass up the middle goes off the back of Wilcox's legs. He dumps it off the Tubritt. Tubritt on his backhand. Can't make the cut towards the middle. Now it has a pass. It's going to get back to the point. Breaking it up, though, are the Sharks, and they'll come out of their own end. McDonald dumps it down. Getting there first is going to be Murphy. Ripping it around the boards. Held in momentarily and gets some help from Doucette to fire it in deep. Once again, Murphy stops. Tries the other side to Melski. Melski fires a puck up past the blue line. Bayview fires it right back in. Cross ice pack to Wilcox as the Academy makes some changes. Wildcats with a quick shot. Glove save Harris as he snaps the leather.
Hey, we've seen that all game from Harris. Fantastic with that glove, and he always likes to put that little extra oomph, the little extra Patrick Waugh oomph, fanning on that glove when he makes the save. And again, a good job there by Sydney Academy trying to get some offensive pressure going.
Face off back to Francis. He'll just dump it in deep, not seeing a shooting lane, looking for Joe Francis in the corner. Annis is going to pick it up for Bayview. Good defensive work in there by Joe Francis. Hits the pass out front, goes off of a stick back to the point. Francis once again throws it in deep, goes past Gushu. Ryland George with it, breaking out of his own end. He'll cut through the middle. Hanging onto it, gaining the red line, dumping it in deep and chasing it down. Francis gets there first, fires it up along the boards, and that gets up into the mesh for another whistle. A little bit, not as much flow here in the first 2 minutes. As you said, both two teams, they both sat in their dressing rooms for the intermission between periods 2 and 3, and that's when you can start to think a little too much.
Maybe getting a little bit in the heads. They understand how close they are to getting what they set out to do. They didn't drive all the way down to Yarmouth to come away empty-handed.
Breaking out of his own end is Melski again. Melski gives it up to Gushu. Gushu back to Melski. It's Morneau, and Morneau's shot, fans. Morrison with the puck now. He has a lot of speed going up the far side, cuts through the middle. He'll gain the blue line. Coming in, is he going to cut in? No, takes a shot, and Hussey collapses on the puck for another save.
Again, we've seen a lot of shots and cover-ups here in this one, but both teams doing a good job so far keeping the shots to the outside here. And again, I really think it's both teams right now playing a little bit cautiously because they're afraid of making that mistake.
Face off to the left of Hussey, controlled by the Sharks. Back to the point, there's a shot, and it sails wide. McLeod picks up the puck, but then gives it away immediately to Liver. Back into the corner to White. White rims it around the boards, chipped out forward, and McDonald gets knocked down, and I look at referee's arms, nothing up. Always like to make sure. Good work in the corner, fighting through a check, pass in front off of a skate. Wildcats can't pick it up and get the shot on net. Liver again, fires it down. Check that, that's Nathan Judge. Stopped by the goaltender, but getting there first is going to be the Sharks. Pass in front, stopped though. Keenan Francis avoiding the forecheck from Liver. Up along the boards to McLeod. McLeod looking for Beaver through the middle. But that was knocked down. Breaking out again is Francis. Francis dumps it in, will hang out at the point. Back on the other side, we got Joe Francis. He chips it down low, but McDonald's going to pick that up for the Sharks. Chipping it up, looking for Annis. It gets out. Good skating rain. That's McDonald who comes down the near side. Oh, good reach in there by number 17, Keenan Francis, to break that play up. Well defended. Kicked in nicely at the point by Mitchell Annis. It goes behind the net. Ripped along the boards. Kept in by keeping this time. Once again, beginning of the period, and it looks like it's the Sharks that have the majority of the play coming in. There's an opportunity shot off a stick. Bouncing puck. Collapsed on once again by Hussey, who stands tall, stands solid, and hangs on to the puck.
Yeah, and that was also a bit of a bouncing puck there, so not as easy as a grab as it could have been for Hussey. As a Bayview player took a bit of a tough fall there right at the end. Good job by Hussey, though. He's getting into his positioning, because that's what you need to do on a bouncing puck. You don't quite know where it goes, so your best bet is to center yourself on there, have the greatest opportunity to have the puck bounce into you.
Face-off will be to the left of Hussey. Face-off won by the Wildcats. Wilcox tries to go behind his own net. Kraus interferes with that. Kraus going to come out of the corner with it. Tries to get the backhand away. Can't. Goes into the corner. Still fighting for the puck. Going to get some help from Morrison, but not before Wilcox picks it up. 2-on-1. We've got Wilcox. Wilcox coming in. There's a shot. Rebound. 2 saves. 2 big saves by Robert Harris.
Big saves there, but Wilcox, he shot that one right into the chest of Harrison. So I bet he would probably like a redo on that one. He had the corners open, but I think he just couldn't quite get that shot to where he wanted to go. But good job on trying to get that second attempt, but even better job by Harris to hold his ground.
Face off back to Murphy. His shot, easy glove save for Harris, who, as you said, based on the way they defend, is getting very proficient at looking around people for those shots.
Exactly. Maybe that's a defense that they style because they knew they had a goaltender who's good at doing that.
Murphy has it. No shooting lane. Fires it down deep. Goes off of the linesman. Breaking back the other way, we've got Morrison. Morrison carries some speed down the near side. Being pushed on by Murphy. Still has a pass in front. Just out of reach. And the Sharks can't hold the zone. Murphy with it. He'll go behind his own net. Reverse position. Try to spin away from the forecheck. Does. Gets the puck up to Beaver. Beaver goes cross ice. That one's going to be chipped out of his end, but Morrison's going to come right back. Wilcox with some time. Rips it around the boards looking for Beaver. Beaver slides it up. Gets it up to Joe Francis. He can't chip it in deep. Right back down into the Wildcat zone. 9:45 to go in the game. That one's up over top of the glass onto the mesh. That'll bring the face-off back down into the Wildcats' end.
And again, that back and forth continuing to happen. Again, it's strange to see the slower pace because this certainly wasn't a thing in the first 2 periods. But again, it's back and forth we go. Bayview a little bit more offensive control, but it's still anyone's game.
Judge's shot sails well wide. Picked up on the other side by Geddes. Geddes throws it behind the net. Wilcox is going to get there first. No, he's not. As he gets back to the point, but Judge can hold the line. Keeping. Will throws it right on net. Tubritt, who loves to get up some head of steam and bring it out himself, chips it up off the boards, held in beautifully by Nathan Judge. Gets it back in deep as the Wildcats hemmed into their own end here early in period number 3. Back to the point. Here comes a great opportunity for Geddes. Can't get the shot away, though, as the defense of the Wildcats collapses on him. They lose control of where they are. Lots of time. Doesn't matter. Hussey's going to hang on to it, allow his team to make changes. Little frustration being shown, especially by number 91, Noah White, as he's going back into the box.
Well, again, they made some mental errors there in those last few seconds. They gave it away, couldn't clear the zone. I think that was a very smart decision by Hussey. As you said, he had a lot of time, but I think he realized that his defense was struggling in front of him. So, hey, everyone calm down. Let's get another face-off.
White rips it around the boards. Up to Beaver now. Beaver goes through the middle, cross ice. It's going to be a nice pass over to Melski. Melski gains the blue line, but no, that one extra move meant that Charlie Joe Francis couldn't quite keep that toe on the line.
Yeah, again, another unforced error there by the Sydney Academy. You just lost a chance at a good offensive rush because you took one move too extra at the blue line and caused your man to go offside.
Face-off controlled by the Sharks. They'll come on the near side to Annis. Annis gains the red line, chips it in deep. Back on the other side, that's going to be White getting there. Up to Beaver. Beaver up through the middle. Nice pass up to Joe Francis. Joe Francis to Melski. He can't control the pass. Ryland George carries up some speed, stops, takes a look. Keeps going the same way to Reeves. That's just out of Reeves' reach. And it's going to come back the other way once again to Beaver, who goes down through the middle. Melski tries to get it to Joe Francis, and he'll just get it in deep. George once again goes off the boards. Back and forth we go. Both teams making some changes. I'd like to announce this a little more excitingly, but not much is happening.
Yeah, it's been a lot of
Here's something now,
play.
though. Joe Francis in by himself. No one-on-one. Great defensive play by Captain Josh Morrison.
Yeah, he was coming off the bench, so he's able to end that one quick.
Morrison stopped himself at the line by Francis. Francis up to Tubritt. Tubritt likes to use his size and speed, and he's offside as Gushu could not hold the line. Tries to do a little hop. That's not going to help.
No, that's twice in a row now. Sydney Academy had a good chance on an offensive rush, and again, with one little extra move and their man coming in offside, these mental errors are going to start piling up in a close game like this.
Face-off controlled by the Sharks in their own end. Nice hard pass right on the stick of Geddes. Geddes moves to the middle, dumps it in the corner, allows McDonald to get in there, pass in front, broken up nicely by the Wildcats. They'll use the glass to get it to the point, and out, yes. Cross-ice pass right on the stick of McLeod. McLeod trying to get it to Tubritt. Tubritt makes one move, back to McLeod. McLeod takes it to the middle. Backhand pass rolls off the end of his stick, and that allows the Sharks to clear the zone. Ends up being a nice pass forward to McDonald. McDonald being pushed on by Murphy. Murphy goes on the other side and gets his stick on while pinching McDonald into the boards. Lots of room for Tubritt. Oh, he did not make the move in time, but he gains it on the other side. Comes in. Quick shot. Just sails past the far side. Gushu slides a pass over to his teammate. Francis back to Gushu. Weak pass, goes off of a skate, bounces off another skate, and Joe Francis able to get it deep. 6 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the game. Nobody able to break the twine here in period number 3. Back to the point, Wilcox has room, there's a shot, save, rebound. Steered aside by the Sharks. Back into the corner, pass in front, quick shot, that one just sails wide. Great opportunity for Charlie Joe Francis, and he couldn't find the far side.
Yeah, Sydney Academy really starting to push here. We're getting down here in just under 6 minutes now, getting closer and closer to the next goal wins territory.
Francis comes in from his defensive position, brings it in deep. Backhand pass off a skate. He's still got it. Pass in front's going to get break back to Wilcox. Can't get his feet in the right spot to stop that pass. Weak pass across from Joe Francis on the forward position, not normally playing defense. Melski brings it back into his own end. Makes a quick spin to avoid the forechecking work of McDonough. Lock pass to McDonald. McDonald's got some room, being chased down. Comes in, backhand, gets the shot away, rebound, covered up by Harris. And we've got what we haven't seen a lot of, and that's some pushing, and you're seeing players trying to grab their players and keep them away from the melee.
Yeah, because they know, again, we're right now 5:17 left, the final 5 minutes of a tie game. The last thing you want to do is take a penalty. Here's the replay of on that last great move by McDonald, get around his man. That puck coming right out. Good save there by Harrison. Bobbles the initial dive, but good job to corral the paddle and bring it back to him in his glove.
We've got a penalty, and I think it's going to go against Bayview. Head contact. You can't bull rush the person taking the face off and throw them down.
Yeah, we'll see here. That I think that might end up being a double minor. It looks pretty intentional to me, but we'll see what the ref says.
Number 7, Finn McDonough, going into the box with only 5 minutes and 16 seconds left, and it is indeed a double minor for head contact.
A horrible mental error to take at this stage in a hockey game. Fantastic opportunity right now for Sydney Academy to take the lead.
Face off, won cleanly by the Sharks. That's Morrison behind his own net. He tries to go high off the glass, gets it a little too high off the mesh.
But again, a good face-off win there by Bayview. They got a really hard penalty kill to go there. So you got to think at this point, Bayview, they're playing for overtime right now. They're now, even if they kill this off, they're really only going to have about a little more, a minute and change to work with. So Bayview right now going to be playing hard defensively to try to hold off this Sydney Academy attack.
Face off, one back to Tubritt. He goes cross ice. Gets the return pass, one-timer, that sails wide. Joe Francis at the far side has it. Makes a move. Still fighting for the puck. He's going to need some help. And in comes that help in the form of Melski. Pass in front, and the one-timer. Swing and a miss. That pass just a little too much into his feet.
Yeah, a little bit too much. A good attempt there by Tubritt to try to get at least something it towards the net. Again, an unfortunate break there for Sydney Academy.
Murphy brings the puck in. Tries to get it back to the defense. Not a good pass. Tubritt's going to have to get on his horse. He's being chased down by McDonald. And Tubritt uses his body, gets hauled down, and similar to the penalty that was called against Beaver, this time it's being called against Bayview's number 17, Parker McDonald. The aggressive forecheck leads to the trip, leads to the two-man advantage.
Yeah, got a bit overzealous there on Bayview's part, and now they're going to be having a long 5-on-2, but number 88, Braden Tubritt, having a hard time getting up after that one. That'd be a huge blow to Sydney Academy. He's all over the ice. He is making his way with his own power, trying to, looks like he wants to stay on the ice. He's not making his way to the bench, and now finally teammates calling him over there, but this would be a huge blow if he isn't good to go. But again, now Sydney Academy going to have a full 2-minute 5-on-3.
I'm wondering, and I know from a goaltending perspective, because that's the position I play, when he got tripped or when he got hooked on the leg to find the trip, his leg really pulled out, and you have to wonder if he pulled a groin.
We'll see right here on the replay. Yeah, I think it was just overextension on the leg.
Two-man advantage, back to play. Here's Wilcox with the shot. Score! Number 15, Lucas Wilcox with a power play goal late in the third period to give the Sydney Academy Wildcats a 1-goal lead.
They had a full 2 minutes to work with on the 5-on-3. It only took them 4 seconds. Fantastic work there by Wilcox. And again, that's just how you draw it up. You have that extra space to go on the passing.
And I'm looking to see what's going to happen here in terms of time. Are they going to continue with a 5-on-3? I think they are.
Oh, it looks like another.
No, it's not another
It was
penalty.
a double minor.
No, the first penalty, which is the one that you kill off first, the first double minor,
Oh.
was owned. The goal was scored in the first 2
Yeah.
minutes. So we continue the two-man advantage for almost a full 2 minutes.
Oh, man, this is going to be very tough for Bayview to stay in this one.
Melski stops, loses an edge, falls down hard, firing it down the ice. Good work there by Bayview. Murphy behind his own net. So right now, Bayview has to stop this two-man advantage. Bayview not really made any more to go full bore offensively like they have been in some years. A much more defensive conscious team. There's a shot through a crowd. Rebound found by Bayview. Goes off of a body. Melski has it again. Pass in front. Gets over to Wilcox. His shot off of a leg. Back in front. Wildcats pick it up as the Sharks are collapsing. Slap shot through a crowd. That one goes off of a skate. Bayview finds it and fires it down the ice.
A lot of great opportunities there by Sydney Academy. Good job by the Bayview penalty killers. Blocked a lot of key shots there. But here comes Sydney Academy. They're going to come right back on the attack.
Wilcox drop pass to Beaver. Beaver goes cross ice. Over to Joe Francis. He gets a return pass. Looking at multiple players. Gives it up to Melski. Tries to slip it into Beaver. There's a shot. Great stick work by number 21, Mitchell Annis, breaking that shot up. There's another shot. Big save off of goaltender Harris into the mesh. 25 seconds to go in the double. 29 seconds to go in the power play. Past that, only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, Bayview running out of time. But again, you know, that was some perfect penalty killing 5-on-3. They were getting down, taking away those passing shots, relying on Harris to beat the shooter one-on-one.
Bayview jumps in, gets the face-up, but then fires it into their own bench. Bit of a miscue there by Captain Josh Morrison. No need to go high off the boards in that case. He just needed to get it down the ice. That would effectively killed off the majority of both of those penalties. Instead, the face-off comes right back at his own end.
Yeah, we'll see if this ends up biting the Bayview Sharks if they can't win this face-off.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. There's a shot. Blocker save up into the air, off the mesh, and we'll do it all again with 16 seconds left in the double minor.
Another big face-off here for the Bayview Sharks, and then you got to start thinking if you can, what's your offensive plan, because you still need to tie this up.
Back to Francis. Francis carries it in. There's a shot through a crowd. Glove save, Harris. And as we've seen, mind you, this is a result of penalties. The shot differential goes big. You get to the end of the period, and here we are all tied up again. It's happened in every single period.
If the period just keep replaying themselves, which should mean Bayview has a good opportunity to tie it up. History might repeat itself.
There's a quick shot. Another glove save by Harrison. For the first time in the game, the Sydney Academy Wildcats have more shots on net than the Bayview Sharks.
As you've seen here, that's what they're playing for. It's all about the Timber Cup. It's in the building. It's ready to come on the ice. Let's see what these players can do.
Face off. Won by the Wildcats. Tubrit loses control and keeps it in, though. Makes a move in. One penalty over. Two penalties over. 5-on-5 hockey. Pass in front. It goes off the side of the net. Bayview with some numbers. Getting there first, though, is going to be Francis. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the game. Can the Sydney Academy Wildcats hang on? Back the other way to Francis. Francis high off the glass. It hits a stanchion. It bounces right back. But then, number 11, Kraus loses his footing. Held in on the far side by Morrison. Morrison keeps it in. That's McDonald. McDonald chips it forward. McDonald looking for Kraus. Kraus gets it back to McDonald. Pass in front. Back to the point. It skips over top of a stick. And both teams skating for it. Skating down hard is Gushu. He's got the puck. He slides it back, hoping there's a trailer, but the majority of his teammates were making changes.
Yeah, they want some fresh legs on there. Takes a lot out of you to play defense. I think that was a smart decision by the Academy to go for the change.
Beaver, good forechecking. Gets the puck in, just going to hold his player there. Happy to keep the puck down in that end. His teammate picks it up, pass in front, off of a skate and just wide. Trying to jam it in the short side. Finally, Harris finds the puck. And with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go, Bayview will have a face-off deep in their own end.
You got to think if Bayview can get the get the puck down. It looks like a timeout going to be called here. I'm going to guess Bayview's probably going to be calling it. Again, as the action was happening down at Senior Academy, I was keeping an eye out, and Harris was starting to cheat forward and forward as the clock went on. So you got to think if Bayview wins this face-off and they start going in the attacking zone, you got to think Harris is going to be going in the net as they try to get this extra man. And again, it's coming right down to it. We just got a few less than 2 minutes left to end this one. We've had one heck of a game so far in this.
I'm going to do what every what every broadcaster is not supposed to do, and I'm going to mention, with this limited amount of time left, a conversation I had with the Sydney Academy coaching staff before the game. This hockey team, this school, has not won any single banner since 1985, tournament or provincial. That is what they are fighting for right now, and I hope I didn't just give them the whammy. Face off, back in Bayview's end, they win it. Judge, how quickly will the goaltender be getting out? Beaver putting some good forechecking in, but he's going to have to come back. McDonald gets it in. Goaltender edging out. McDonald still has it.
Extra attacker on the ice.
Back to Liver. Both teams fighting for it in the corner. It's going down deep, pass in front, off a leg. There's a shot, rebound. That one can't get through. It's back into the corner. Liver has it. Back to the point, shot through a crowd. And I think that goes off the shaft of the stick. 40 seconds to go. Sydney Academy trying to hang on. They're going to need to pressure him. There's a shot. Score! 33.6 seconds to go. And it looks like it could be number 16, Avery Liver. No, it's number 20, Cohen Keeping, with a goal, with a little over a half a minute to go in the game, tying it up at 4 apiece.
Hussey got a piece of it. He didn't get it, all of it. That extra attacker made all the difference. It was Liver who came in off the bench, had that initial shot, and they pick up on the rebound. As you see here on the replay, it comes in. Hussey got the piece. It just squeaks through. And what a heck of a game we have going here. As Dave, you did curse Sydney Academy in that last little bit. I hope you apologize to them later.
I don't believe in any of that stuff, not when I'm playing. That shot goes off a leg into a corner. Wadden with it. He gets it behind the net to McDonald. Pass in front. Trying to jam in for 2 quick goals. Another opportunity. That one goes off a leg. Breaking back out for one last rush is Wilcox. 10 seconds to go. He breaks in. He's got some room. Got some shot. There's a chance. Big save by Harris with 6.1 seconds to go.
Fantastic back and forth action. Sydney Academy going right back. They don't want this to head over to overtime. But with only 6 seconds left, we're probably headed there.
Now we've got a timeout for Sydney Academy. Why not? Use it or lose it. You've got to face off deep in their end. There's a very good chance if we get to overtime, which would be 5 minutes of 3-on-3. You're not going to use the timeout then. You're going to have no opportunity to.
No, very few breaks in 3-on-3. And, I really liked when they introduced the 3-on-3 because it's back and forth, rush after rush after rush after rush. If the 5 minutes of 3-on-3 doesn't solve anything, we then go to a shootout. But in my experience in calling Timber Cup games, it usually doesn't make it through the overtime. You got to think of the nerves on both these teams. They know next goal wins. Oh, man, have we had a great game today.
Face off to the left of Harris. One cleanly, breaking in, trying to chip it forward, can't do it. That should just about end it as the puck is chipped into the Wildcat zone. And that ends regulation. After 3 complete, we're all tied up at 4 apiece. Once again, that means 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. They'll give both teams a couple of minutes to talk to the players, let them rest who they need to rest, get the 3 on you want on, get the 3 on that you think are going to provide that winning goal.
Yeah, again, what a heck of a game we've had here in this one. Bayview, again, the big thing in the third period, they took that double minor, which almost cost them big time. A fantastic 5-on-3 penalty kill. And then in that just last final minute, they got that tying goal. We'll see what happens here. Big players, maybe I'll take a risk, make some predictions. 88, Braden Tubbert. I think if Sydney Academy wins this one, he's going to be the goal scorer. And I'll take a quick pick on the captain, Josh Morrison, for Bayview. I think he might have the game winner for the Sharks.
All right, I'm going to go with number 4, Evan Beaver for the Sydney Academy Wildcats. And I'm going to go with a weird pick. I'm going to go with Captain Josh Morrison. Is that who you picked?
That is who I picked.
Sorry, I wasn't listening because I was looking at the names. So I can't pick the same one.
No,
so
that wouldn't
I
be
won't.
fair.
That wouldn't be fair. So instead, I'm going to go Avery Liver.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good pick there. We're going to have some exciting coming up here. Just a minute left in, man, just a heck of a game. It's just so surprising to me. 18 full games of hockey over this weekend, and that still wasn't enough to decide who wins the Timber Cup. We got 5 more minutes of 3-on-3. Oh, it's going to be a good one, folks.
Certainly couldn't ask any more for a championship game of this 2024 Timber Cup. We'd like to thank everyone for joining MC Media and Eastlink Community TV's presentation of this championship game. We were hoping for a good final, and I think, to say the least, that was fulfilled.
And it's important to say, MC Media, all of our broadcasts, what we air both on our streams and for Eastlink, 100% done by volunteers. And a great group of volunteers we've had all weekend. And also being able to broadcast some games with French commentary as well. Been a huge boom. We've heard a lot of thanks from the parents, and we hope everyone watching's been enjoying what we've done this weekend.
And that includes this championship game as Francis Robichaud and Réjean are announcing the game in French, and I'm sure they're having just as good a time as we are.
Oh, I know them. They were so excited when this one was about to get underway.
Back in his own end, getting chased back is Judge. Judge gets his pocket picked by Tubritt. Tubritt back to the point to Murphy. Murphy back to Tubritt. Tubritt has Melski. That pass goes between his legs, and coming back the other way are going to be the Sharks. Morrison stops at the blue line, chips it forward, nice pass over to the side, looking for the return pass, gets to the goaltender. Chipped around the other way. Chasing it down is Morrison, back to the point. Sorry, that's Morrison with it now. Morrison behind the net. They're not chasing, pass in front, there's an opportunity, and just out of the reach of Nathan Judge. Coming back the other way, if he's got anything left in the tank, is Murphy. Can't chip it by the defense. Still chipping at it. Murphy comes in. There's the shot. Score! Number 22, Cole Murphy, with the overtime winner, 1 minute and 2 seconds into the overtime. Sydney Academy, you've got a new banner to put up.
You know how much this meant. Everyone in the stands jumping up. It's been a long wait for Sydney Academy. Congratulations, you're the 2024 Timber Cup champions. And if you're Bayview, a tough tournament, you fought really hard to defend your championship, just coming up just that little bit short. But Sydney Academy, you can see the elation on the players' faces. This meant a lot to them. Here's the replay on the game winner. Murphy, just a great shot. Harrison, he's been fantastic all tournament long.
And surprisingly beat him to the glove side.
Beat him to the glove side, but again, that was just a one-on-one battle, and Harrison has won those all tournament long, and just finally lost that most important one. But again, such a well-played tournament for the entire Bayview team.
Well, you know what happens now, just as an aside to something that I said, I don't need to apologize to
No,
Cape
you
Breton.
don't. You don't. You just wanted to make it more dramatic. Now, you know, this is something that these kids are going to be talking about for the rest of their lives. Even 20, 40 years from now, they're going to say, we broke the drought. We broke the championship drought for Sydney Academy after all those long years. Fantastic work for them. This is going to be a moment they remember for the rest of their lives.
We're going to peel away from our commentary for a moment and let the public address announcer take over. There's going to be player of the games, there's going to be all-star selections, and here is Kevin Northup talking now.
Before we get into the presentations, first we'll present our player of the number 31, Robert Harris.
Not surprisingly, Robert Harris with a great game for Bayview. I know he is disheartened right now after letting that overtime goal in. There's no worse place to be than in net
for
when that happens.
Sydney Academy, number 22, Cole Murphy.
And not surprisingly, with the overtime winner, number 22, assistant captain Cole Murphy picks up the player of the game honors for the Wildcats.
The 2024 Timber Cup Organizing Committee would like to thank all the teams for attending this year's tournament. We would like to take the time to thank our sponsorship. Without them, this tournament would not be possible. And a special thanks to Jill Marie Jackard and Angie D'Entremont for making that delicious seafood chowder. Thanks to Vanessa Cutro, Jennifer Gates, Ashley Amiro, and Amanda D'Entremont, and all the parents who volunteered their time this weekend. Special thanks to Alain LeBlanc and Brian Sumo Camo for picking our Player of the Game awards as well. And thank you to MC Media for live streaming in French and English this weekend for the first time ever. Unbelievable job by our MC Media crew. It's now time to announce our tournament all-star team. We'll start with our all-star goaltender, William Hussey.
Well earned from Hussey. He's been fantastic for Sydney Academy. Didn't face a lot of shots throughout the tournament, but he made some really high, important saves.
He faced them in the final.
And now our all-star defense team. From Paramba, number 14, Caden Dion.
Peyton Dale from Paramba, one of the all-star selections on defense.
And from Sydney Academy, number 15, Lucas Wilcox.
Lucas Wilcox, number 15, with a very big goal. He had 2 goals today, actually, for Sydney. The opening
Earlier,
goal
we presented
and a power
our
play goal.
Tournament All-Star Award to NDA Cape Breton Highlands, number 92, Cole Timmins at forward.
Timmins was effective all tournament long, so that's a well-earned nod there.
At forward, Tournament All-Star from Yarmouth High, number 19, Shu Kawaguchi.
Kawaguchi, one of the best skaters in the tournament. He made it look so effortless. Another well-earned honor there for
And at
for
forward,
Shu.
Tournament All-Star from Bayview, number 10, Josh Morrison.
And finally, number 10, Josh Morrison. Quick note on the Cheticamp / Cape Breton Highland player that won. They're about 3 hours into a bus trip home right now, which is why
So now it's time to present the silver medal to our runner-up squad, the Bayview Sharks. Number 1, Jacob Kozil. Number 2, Max Wadden. Number 3, Chase Reeves. Number 4, Oliver Morrison. Number 6, Hayden Jewers. Number 7, Finn McDonough. Number 9, Tyson Foley. Number 10, Josh Morrison. Number 11, Jackson Kraus. Number 12, Stephen Geddes. Number 14, Rylan George. Number 15, Caleb McDonald. Number 16, Avery Liver. Number 17, Parker McDonald. Number 18, Nathan Judge. Number 19, Ethan Doucette. Number 20, Cohen Keeping. Number 21, Mitchell Annis. Number 22, Justice Harnish. Number 31, Robert Harris. Also, Jackson Shoup and Caden Tufts. Coaching staff, Art Campbell, Austin Corcoran, Braden Anthony, David Payne, Jordan Kenny, Justin Hurlbert, Paul Smith, and Scott Pellerin. Congratulations on a great tournament to the Bayview Sharks.
Great bit of sportsmanship there as each of the Bayview Sharks went down the line of the Wildcats shaking hands.
And now
Always
to
nice
present
see
the
at end
gold
of a hockey
medals.
game.
And you know,
to
Bayview
our
was in the other
champions,
spot last
the
year, so they know
Sydney
how
Academy
good this feels.
Wildcats.
Good sportsmanship from Bayview.
Number 1, McKenna McEwen. Number 4, Evan Beaver. Number 7, Breslin Marshall. Number 9, Charlie Joe Francis. Number 10, Chase Windsor. Number 11, Brady McDonald. Number 14, Colby Morrison. Number 15, Lucas Wilcox. Number 16, Dominic McLeod. Number 17, Keenan Francis. Number 22, Cole Murphy. Number 23, Jeremy Morneau. Number 27, Anthony Melski. Number 29, Dylan Lesnick. Number 30, William Hussey. Number 51, Jacob Penny. Number 63, Jude Christmas. Number 77, Jackson Gushu. Number 88, Braden Tubbard. Number 91, Noah White. And number 93, Matthew McIntyre. Head coach, Matt McLeod. Assistant coaches, Stephen Pasternak, Chris Power, Ian Parsons, Jonathan Drowan, and Richard Tubbard. And manager, Daniel Beaton. Congratulations to the Sydney Academy Wildcats. So please welcome to the ice the head coaches of the Parambah Sharks, Julian Boudreau, and the Yarmouth High Vikings, Jake McClay. We want to thank our title sponsor as well, Pleasant Supplies Timber Mart. It is now time to present the banner and the Timber Cup for the first time ever to a team from Cape Breton, the Sydney Academy Wildcats. Would the captain please come forward to accept the Timber Cup?
While this is going on, JJ, I'm going to quickly read. Originally known as the Cook's Cup, the trophy was donated to the Yarmouth High School by the Cook family, which owned the former Cook's Dairy. The trophy is a stainless steel, old-fashioned milk jug that comes from Pennsylvania, where it was handmade by members of the Amish community. The names of all players and coaching staff of the winning teams are engraved and placed on the trophy. Don Cook of Cook's Dairy said at the time, "Most people will never get the opportunity to raise the Stanley Cup over their head. We thought every kid that wins this is going to have a chance to lift this."
And you can see how much it means to them. As is tradition, the parade around the ice, each player gets a chance to lift the cup above their head. Congratulations, Sydney Academy. You're going to go down in history. Your name's forever etched on it, and you'll always be the first ever team from Cape Breton to hoist the Timber Cup.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the fans, all of the sponsors, all of the people that came in to watch us and give us positive comments. This presentation from MC Media and Eastland Community TV has certainly been a pleasure for all of us volunteers to do. And on behalf of all the volunteers, myself, David Doucette, and my partner today, CJ Killam, we'd like to thank you for joining us and hope you'll join us again. Bye for now.
Champions, we are the champions.
One more time, congratulations to the Sydney Academy Wildcats. For the first time ever, they've won the Timber Cup. Thank you to all of our volunteers and sponsors, and have a safe trip home. Thanks so much.
You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no...
Harnish back to McDonald. Harnish back to McDonald. And it's in. McDonald gets it in. I'm not sure if it's from the side of the net. Did you get a good view?
I couldn't.
Beaver gets across. There's a shot. Gets across. There's a shot. Ethan Doucette with a slapper from the breakaway all by himself. There it is. The deke. The shot. Big. There it is. The deke. The shot. Reds some room. Pass in the middle. Can't get the shot. Yes, he. Can't get the shot. Yes, he does. And it's number 15, Lucas Wilcox, losing possession, but then finds George behind the net, taken off the play. Back in front, great opportunity, shot play. Back in front, great opportunity, shot, score! Number 9, Charlie Joe Friends. Blue line, there's a shot, big, juicy rebound, second rebound. There's a shot, big, juicy rebound, second rebound. Rylan George, I think, gets the goal. Left side, he's going to come in on a breakaway to his forehand shot. To his forehand shot. Big slides the puck over. There's Melski. There's Melski with the shot. Score! Melski himself. Here comes the shot. Here comes the shot. Gloves. Francis waiting for a trailer. There's a shot. Waiting for a trailer. There's a shot. Comes in. Backhand. Gets the shot away. Rebound. Comes in. Backhand. Gets the shot away, rebound, covered up by Harris.
On the leg.
Two-man advantage, back to play. Here's Wilcox with the shot. Back to play. Here's Wilcox with the shot. Score! Number 15, Lucas Wilcox with a power play. Trying to hang on. They're going to need to pressure him. There's a shot. Score! They're going to need to pressure him. There's a shot. Score! They're not chasing him. Pass in front. There's an opportunity. They're not chasing him. Pass in front. There's an opportunity. And still chipping at it. Murphy comes in. There's the shot. Score! Number 22, Cole Murphy with the overtime winner. 1 minute and 2 seconds.